imagine you are asked to give a speech to the crowd. And then the thoughts that are coming in your mind is, what if I screw up? What if all of these people will judge me because of the way I'm speaking? So because of these thoughts, you start experiencing this emotion of anxiety and fear. And because of these emotions of anxiety and fear, you further start feeling nervous. You start questioning your worth. You start feeling nervous. You start feeling scared. So what is happening? A thought is coming in your mind. And then because of that thought, you start overthinking about it. And then emotions are generated. And once you validate those emotions by giving power to those thoughts, you start feeling all the things. And like this, because of the negative emotions, negative feelings that you're feeling, you again start to overthink. And this way the whole loop continues for the longest period of time. And this is what's happening to you right now. But what if you align your thoughts? You align your thoughts to your emotions and feelings. You will become unstoppable. But now the question comes, right when any opportunity is right in front of us, we are about to level up in certain way, or we are experiencing something new. Because we as humans evolve by trying something new, by changing our surrounding, by changing our own selves, right? But whenever we encounter change, we start having negative thoughts. So what can we do to actually convert that threat into opportunity? And that is to alter our thoughts. And how can we do that? Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about how to align our thoughts, emotions and feelings. Because for the longest time, I was stuck in this loop of self-misery and self-sabotage. Because right when there was this huge opportunity regarding which I was working hard for so long, it was right in front of me. Then those multiple negative thoughts used to come in my mind and I wasn't able to give my 100% to it. Right when I found those right group of people who I thought they resonate with me and they will help me to level up in life, they were the kind of group of people I wanted to be friends with. Those were the kinds of people who I wanted to be friends with, but because of those negative thoughts, because of the limiting beliefs that I had, because of my past experiences, I was trapping my own self in the worst vicious cycle. But then I thought, like, why not I just change the whole story? I changed the whole thought process. And then while studying so much, while reading multiple novels, listening to podcasts, I came up with like techniques by which we can actually change our thoughts, which will help us to improve our emotions and feelings. Okay, so the first one is affirmations. I cannot tell you how powerful affirmations are. Because whole day long, what are we doing? We are complaining, we are gossiping, we are talking about how limited we are as humans. Like, oh my god, today was such a tough day. Someone is complaining about how hard their life is. Someone is talking about their financial issues. So what are we doing? We are constraining our own self. But when we supply some positive information, like once we start saying to ourselves, you know what, I am beautiful, I am intelligent, I am always taken care of. I'm literally telling you guys, once you start listening to affirmations, you will see at least, like, if not like 180-degree change in your life, but at least you will encounter 40 to 50% change in your mood, in the level of energy that you have, in the way how your thought process comes. Because what are we doing? We are providing our mind with the right information. Just the way what we eat reflects in our body, the same way what we consume in content, in form of knowledge, in form of conversations, that is seen through our thoughts. So not explain like how much impact like listening to podcast had on me and my life. When you listen to the right kind of podcast about self-growth, about manifestation, about changing your reality, about quantum leap, you actually start believing all those stuff. Why? Because you are seeing people who are sharing their life experiences, who are sharing their wisdom, they're sharing the right knowledge. And when you do that, you are feeding your mind with right information. So first is affirmations, and second is like a good set of podcasts. And I'm gonna put the link of all those podcasts which I listen to, which I personally love. Right? Moving towards next, and that is positive interaction. See, for the longest time, I thought the group I was with The group who I used to spend time with, they truly love me. And yes, it's a fact, they truly loved me. But the kind of interactions I used to have with them was quite low frequency conversations. We used to gossip about our like other group members. We used to talk about weather. We used to talk about fashion, very random stuff. But right now, when I made this conscious decision to invest my time in people and in areas which actually help me to grow as a person, my life and the kind of, outcomes I've been seeing is unexplainable. The kind of interactions I have is like so knowledgeable. It feels as if, even if I'm talking to a friend, it feels as if I'm pouring something into my own self. I'm giving myself that redirection which is required. Because who are we? What are we humans? We are what our experiences, turn us to be. We are what we put in our mind. We are what we consume. We are what we eat. So the same way, it is so important to have like positive interactions, whether you talk about growth in terms of physical growth, mental growth, about your career, about your aspirations, about your dreams, about how you can improve your mental hygiene, your physical hygiene. Like, having such sort of people with whom you can have this kind of conversation very easily is like such a gift from God. And it took me a long time to find the right group of people, but right now I am truly surrounded by people who help me level up, who actually fill my mug as well. And it's not just me who is pouring into theirs, right? So moving towards next point, and that is knowledge. Yeah, obviously, like right now, the person I am right now, and the fact that I was able to transform my life like 180 degrees, one of the main reason is because I was able to get that knowledge. Right now, I can be the smartest person, I can have all the skill set, but if I don't have the right knowledge about how to use my skill set, or if I don't have the knowledge to how direct my mind, to direct my thoughts in a particular way, I can never make the best out of the opportunity. You can be the prettiest of all, right? You can be the smartest of all, but if you don't continue to improve your knowledge, to get grasp about what is happening around this world, or how this world functions and all of this, a point will come like people will stop finding you attractive. Even you, your own self, you will be done with your own self. Because what are we humans are brought down on this planet to evolve. Every single day, the difference between us and a kid, what's the main difference is, it's between the knowledge. Why is a person called as mature? Like, after, like, we see that as we grow older, the more mature we become, the more wiser we become. Why? Because we resonate our knowledge, our intelligence with age. But that's not true. Right now, if there is a person who throughout their life, all they have done is gossip, and right now they're in the age of 60, and then there's this person who's maybe in their 20s or 30s, but that person has been investing so much time, energy and resource into getting the knowledge about life, in getting the knowledge about leveling up. Who is more wiser? Who is more mature? Who is more smart? Right? So it is so important to be knowledgeable. And I don't mean you have to know about like the journal things and all those stuff, being high in GK or being really good in mathematics or subjects. No, being knowledgeable is learning about things which actually benefit you. If right now I was a designer, maybe a dress designer, so for me to level up in life, so for me to reach my true potential, I need to continuously consume the knowledge, the content which helps me in my field. And apart from all these things which help us level up in like the material world, others, like having knowledge about the spiritual aspect, it is so magnetic and it is so beautiful, because you are deep rooted and you are familiar about your power, you are familiar about your potential. So you might have seen that people who are like really spiritual, not religious but spiritual, their conversations, the way they interact, the way they speak, the way they carry their own self, it's very different. Why? Because they are so deep rooted into the fact that they are an offspring of something which is so big, the universe. They always know that when I let go, it's not me giving up, it is me allowing the superior power to take over and take in charge of it, right? Towards next point, that is practicing self-care and self-love. See, you need to understand that if you are making your own self the priority, if you are prioritizing your needs, if you are prioritizing your me time, if you are prioritizing your growth, if you are being selective about who you are surrounding yourself with, about being selective about the friends group that you choose, it's not selfish. Because in the end, who do you truly have? The group of people who you call as friends, a point will come that Each one of you will have your own family. A point will come that you will be in a world, you will be in a affair where actually no one can help you. Because imagine if you have been pouring yourself into other people, you have been giving that energy of love, if you have been giving that attention, that care, but within you, you yourself have been feeling empty. You feel that, you know what, maybe you're not where you wanted to be, but you are so focused upon others that you lose a sense of your own self. Is that justified? Is that okay for the inner child that is there within you? No. So you need to understand that if you are prioritizing your own self, if you are making your own self the priority, it is not a bad thing. And once you start giving your own self the same love, if you start giving your own self the same attention, you will actually feel that, you know what, this life is not as hard as we make it. Sometimes I was a person, for me, saying no to a person was something so big, it was something so hurtful. But over time, I've realized, you know what, it is okay. It is okay if I'm choosing my own self. Because is it really that selfish that I'm taking care of my own being? And if someone who genuinely loves me and cares about me, they won't get offended that I'm asking them to reschedule a meet that was actually planned at the end moment. They will be fine with that. But someone who wants to take something from me, someone who is prioritizing their own self above me, they're prioritizing their own needs, they are becoming selfish because they want me to make them the priority above my own self. Those people genuinely don't have the best intentions towards you, no matter what you say. I really hope this video was useful. So for more such videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I love you guys so much.